welcome to Will They, Won't They, a podcast for the hopeless
and the romantics.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Danielle.
No, I'm Danielle.
I'm Danny.
No, I'm Danny.
I'm Catherine.
No.
We're all Katie. And we're all Danielle.
No. Oh, we are. We're all one.
Yeah. We
We're all
are
one.
the world. We are the children. What beat am I on?
I don't know.
We are the...
That tracks, though.
That I'm off beat?
Not you.
I will have you know.
Not you. I just meant... You.
I was drum major of my marching band. I kept...
Just in case you guys didn't know.
The beat.
Danielle
They did
was the
it.
drum majorette.
Not majorette. Major.
At.
There's no et.
Oh, there was in my hometown.
It's not gendered.
Majorette. It was in my hometown. I'm sorry.
Okay, well...
My hometown's horrible.
Normal.
Horrible.
Oh, I was like,
Horrible. I hate it.
horrible.
I wish my hometown was where these lovely ladies live in the movie that we watched this week.
Yeah, we watched a movie, didn't we?
We watched a movie, and the movie was...
Beely, diddly, diddly.
It's centrifugal motion. It's perpetual bliss. This kiss, this kiss.
I don't think people are going to get it from these.
You know who would? Angie Guatemala, if you're listening. We watched Practical Magic.
I was trying to watch your mouth to see when you were going to say it. I was like, we watched.
You didn't even mess it up.
I know I didn't because I'm perfect. Just kidding. I'm awful. We watched Practical Magic.
We did. We watched Practical Magic.
It was my first time seeing it. Beely, diddly. Which is crazy because...
It sounds like you're saying beetle.
I am. The beetle.
I wish you could see her face. I wish you could see her face.
The beetle.
The beetle.
Beely. Yeah, it was my first time watching it, which is crazy because love Magic, love Sandra, love Nicole.
Believe it or not, we have another Sandra Bullock movie.
I know. I was saying when we watched it, I was like, man, Sandra Bullock is really getting her money out of us.
True.
Yeah, we are paying for that house in France.
A lot of the Sandra movies I've seen like more times than not.
As everyone should. More times than not.
More times than not.
Not seeing it would be 0 times. So if you've seen it even once, that would be...
More times than not.
More times than not.
You know what I mean?
So you've seen every Sandra movie?
No. Well...
House on a Lake?
You mean Lake House?
That's what I said.
Yeah, I've seen that.
House on a Lake.
I think I've seen a lot of her movies. I wouldn't say I could sit here and say, yes, ma'am, I've seen each film.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of them. I even saw this. I went to go to the movie theater to see the space one she was in. That's how much I like her.
Yeah, I never saw that.
What was that called?
Gravity.
Interstellar?
Oh. Wait. Which one was it?
No, I think it was Gravity.
Which one was Interstellar?
I think that one
was
Anne Hathaway.
But, like, Anne Hathaway was in that one.
Oh, okay.
It was a different
It came out, like, the same
brunette
week.
who can cry really well.
It came out, like, the same week.
It really did.
Gravity is the one I'm thinking of.
Hers
You're
is
right.
Gravity.
Yeah.
Gravity.
I just went to go see that in theaters. That's how much I love Sandra Bullock.
Wow.
I also watched that spooky movie on Netflix she did. Bird Box.
Oh. I almost said Eyes Wide Shut. Because that's what they're doing the whole movie. I actually haven't seen that one either.
It was good.
Yeah?
It was good, yeah.
It was good.
It was good.
It was good.
Wasn't like the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
I mean,
But I love Sandra Bullock, so...
Bird Box. That movie was based off of a book.
What did you say?
Bird Box. I was going to roll past it, but...
It's 10 p.m., everyone. We are deliriously exhausted.
Yeah, we're both working gals now, so...
Yeah, since our podcast hasn't blown up to the major
Okay.
fame that I would like it to, we still have to have normal jobs.
Yeah, if you guys want the podcast to be better, do better. No, I'm kidding.
Donate to our cause. Somehow.
Donate to my
Donuts.
McDonald's fund.
Donut.
Don't know.
We're fine. Okay.
We're going to survive
So
somehow.
we watched Practical Magic.
Yes.
Would you
Based
like to
off a
get
book. Would I like to get into it?
Would you like to get into it?
Katie, are you setting me up?
I'm setting you up, baby.
You're setting me up. I
setting
might cry.
You.
I don't know what to do with this pressure. Oh no. I wasn't prepared for this moment. This is a really big moment. She really wants to hear it. Let's get into it. Oh no, I messed it up. No.
Do it again.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
You're giving very Carlton with
Okay.
the snaps. No, that's a compliment.
Oh, okay.
He's an icon and a legend.
With the snaps. I do snap a lot. I snap and I whistle a lot.
It's not unusual.
I'm also very white, so 2 of our favorite pastimes, snapping and whistling.
Yeah, true. Whistling. No, not both at the same time.
Be gone.
Oh
Enough.
Okay, so today we did the movie Practical Magic, as we've said a million times.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting into it. Let's do it.
It was based off a novel by Alice Hoffman.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the covers of those books are so pretty. If you guys haven't seen the books or read them, I used to work at a bookstore. I didn't read them. Everyone came in looking for them, and I was always like, I want to read these, and never did. Mm-hmm. But the covers are really pretty.
Yes, I've read them both, but like the prequel came out like a few years ago.
Yeah, the prequel was recent.
That is called The Rules of Magic. Mm-hmm. Really, also very good, and I think they're gonna make it into a show or a movie.
Oh, cute!
I've heard, but don't quote me on that.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Anytime someone says that, I write it down and I quote them.
Wow.
And I'm like, look how dumb you were. So
this movie is all about the Owen sisters. Sister. I want to do that movie, but Danielle says it's not romantic.
It's not. There's like barely a romantic.
There's a virgin.
Okay. What's romantic about a virgin?
I don't know.
There's a white candle.
There's like, like the girl and him are like a thing.
Hardly.
I know.
I would love to watch it as well, but like I can't justify putting it on a romantic podcast. Also, the movie we're talking about is Hocus Pocus.
So stop if they don't know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Because it's Mike's super short show.
Oh my god, Mike's super short show.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that. But yeah, so we're not going to do Hocus Pocus. It's fine. Mm. But it is spooky month, so that's why we wanted to do Practical Magic as well.
And we did New Moon last week.
Trust me, I've been saving Practical Magic for literally a year. Every time I'm
to the point where they took it off the streaming services because they knew it would be popular at this point.
Yeah, I had to pay for it today.
So donate to...
Oh my god.
Send us $1.50. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, so this movie is one of my fave for this season. Yeah. It was made in 1998. It definitely has that late 90s vibe, the hair and the music.
The layers in the hair.
The layers.
I remember I always wanted layers in my hair, but my aunt, hi Aunt Sherry, second shout out, she said my hair always grew into a mullet. Like it
Which is so in right now.
Grow a mullet. Yeah, but now it won't. Now my hair just grows insanely fast. I'm not complaining.
Your hair grows really fast.
Yeah. I had a pixie cut like this time
Isn't that a sign of a witch?
Hello. Hi. I'm an Owen sister.
Must be the season of the witch.
Which sister would you be if you were an Owen sister?
Can I be one of the aunts?
That's what I was thinking. Which aunt would you be?
Francis.
Rizzo?
Yeah.
The woman who plays Rizzo is in Practical Magic as one of the kooky, witchy aunts. You know what? I would be Jet.
You would be Jet.
I would be Jet.
I was like, I'm not going to say Jet because you would be Jet.
I would be Jet.
Jet's cool, though.
She is cool. Just very Pisces.
You wouldn't be... You don't feel like you would be Sally or Gillian?
I feel like I'd be Sally if I had to be one of the sisters.
I feel like I'd be Sally, too. More than Gillian.
I'm a Jet Sun, Sally Moon. What's his name? Jimmy Rising.
No.
No, just kidding.
Jimmy Angelov.
So yeah.
Yeah, we need to get. You don't even know what we're talking about right now.
I know. I'm so sorry.
We gotta lay it out for you.
It'll all make sense, and you guys can come back to the beginning of the episode and understand what we're saying.
Because I know that you all listen to our episodes multiple times.
Yeah, obviously.
Because you just can't get enough.
Let's go back to where we were. Anyway,
we're
movie opens.
Insane today. I love it.
Movie opens up, and it's a voiceover.
And there's music.
Beatly.
Yeah, Beatly. And it's basically, is it Sandra?
I think it's Sandra. No, it's one of the aunts talking to the girls.
Basically explaining to them why they had to move in with them because their parents passed away.
Yeah, and it all dates back to an ancient curse.
Yes. That one of they're a family of witches, and one of them was being hung, and she basically... Hanged?
Clothes are hung, people are hanged.
Thank you. One of them was being hanged, and that feels wrong. But
then say hung.
I think you're right, though.
Yeah.
When you said it, I was like, yeah. And she basically doesn't die. And everyone's scared of her, so they, exile her to this island. And she spends her whole... Oh, and she's pregnant. She's waiting for the love of her life, and...
He never shows.
And so she's...
What's that like?
So she's so brokenhearted and angry that she puts a curse to never fall in love again. But the curse is so... Or she does a spell, but the spell is so bad that it turns into a curse on the family. Basically, that if they ever fall in love with anyone...
Yeah.
Then any of the girls fall in love with the man will die.
Just be a lesbian.
Yeah, I know. That's the solution, everybody. Be gay.
Why?
But in this story, and actually the prequel, you find out that Jet and Francis, they had it tough. They go through a lot of shit because of this curse.
I believe it.
Horrible.
You can tell in their eyes they've been through
some shit. That's why they're just kooky witch ladies now.
And Jet and Francis are their aunts.
The aunts.
Yeah.
So they explain to the girls, and she's like, so mommy died of a broken heart, basically. And they're like, yeah, essentially.
They say, when your mother heard the sound of the death beetle or something.
Oh, yeah, the death beetle.
Yeah, that's when she knew her husband was going to die, and he did. And then she died of a broken heart.
Which is so sad.
It truly does happen.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean, not to make it personal, but, it happens.
It can happen, yeah. So they're young, and... Sally decides that she never wants to fall in love because obviously she's afraid that if she does, her life will be ruined. And so she does a little spell to find the love of her life. And her little sister Gillian is like, wait, I thought you never wanted to fall in love. And she was like, I'm going to make someone who doesn't exist. Yeah. So she has all these specific details, one blue eye, one green eye, favorite shape is a star, flips pancakes. That one feels like it could be possible. But anyway, she's really young when she does that, and she sends it out into the world. And then you basically see when they're a little bit older, probably 20 or something. Gillian runs away, and there's a scene where Sally's I never want to fall in love, and Gillian's I can't wait to fall in love.
And it's very obvious that Sally is a very strong witch, from a young age. She can do a lot of spells really quickly, and Gillian hasn't come into her power yet. She's more so taking after her ancestor, who had a fun time sleeping around. Yes, which is not a bad thing. And it's just not a crime to be.
I feel like Gillian is just into the impulsive, ooh, we're in love, and so she basically runs away. She loves
love.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm Gillian.
And she runs away from home, not runs away, but leaves in the dead of night with a man she's gonna marry. And so Sally stays with her aunts, and then
Sally sells shells by the seashore.
No. And then she's like, they're in the town center. Oh, and that's the other thing. Like, everyone thinks the Owens are weird. Mm-hmm. All the kids say, witch, you're a bitch. Witch, you're a bitch.
How rude.
Yeah, disrespectful.
And not even clever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you rhymed witch with bitch. Good job,
Congratulations.
Idiot.
But yeah, so Sally just really wants a normal life, and she feels like she can't have that living with, like, this Owen family, like legacy.
Yeah.
And this one day she sees this, like, really cute guy who's like, fruit guy?
All we ever see him do is carry cartons of fruit.
Fruit and carts around. Cart and fruits around.
Fruit and carts around. I love fruit in those carts.
He's fruit in the carts. So he's doing that, and she sees him, and they, like, make eye contact, and it's this, like, moment. Mm-hmm. And then she goes back home, and she's, like, thinking about it. And of course the aunts kind of, like, saw the connection.
Yeah.
And Sally's like, don't do anything. Like, don't think about, like, don't. And all of a sudden she just starts running.
And they make out in the middle of the street.
This kiss. Love that song. Faith Hill, shout out to you if you're listening.
I don't need another heartbreak.
I have to say this.
I don't want another reason cry.
Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, that's a couple that I like, respect and love.
I don't know anything about Tim McGraw, so I can't say that, but
he literally, every post on his Instagram is, like, about how much he loves his wife, how much he loves his daughters, like, how great the women in his life are. He, like, posts about, like, oh, me and Faith, the first time me and Faith went out, the first time Faith, like, they've been together for so long, and he literally is ride or die for that woman.
Yeah.
If anything ever happens to them, if they break up or something, like, I'm not going to be able to deal. Anyway.
I just don't trust male country singers.
Why?
I don't know. Blake Shelton's a piece of trash.
Is that a country singer?
Yeah. He's married to Gwen Stefani. He cheated on his wife with her.
Oh, yeah. With Miranda I love Miranda Lambert, too. She was cool. Anyway. So, yeah. So, this kiss is playing, and she runs and just literally makes out with him.
Yeah.
And I guess that the rest is history.
Oof.
She says, like, and I'm so happy, and we have 2 beautiful daughters, and, like, there's, like, a montage of them just, like, all being so cute as a family.
Daughters, like, one's a redhead and one's a brunette, just like Sally and Gillian.
My heart.
And, like, this is her writing to Gillian, like, basically explaining, like, this is what's going on in my life, and, like, at this point, Gillian's, like, gallivanting across the country. Like, she's in Orlando, I think, at this point, with another man.
Mm-hmm. Just, like, living it up.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, you just see this whole montage of, like, how happy her life is. Mm-hmm. And they are about to open up, or they want to open up, like, a skincare place, because she makes all this, like, skincare.
Boutique.
And then one night they're sleeping, and she hears the death beetle. And I love that scene so much, because it's like she hears it and she's like, no, this can't be happening.
Yeah,
like, this,
and just,
this
like,
curse
falls
cannot
back
be
asleep.
real. And she's, like, trying to deny it. And then, like, they go out, they leave, they go to work, they're doing whatever.
And the next morning she still
hears the beetle, and she's, like, looking all over for it. She's, like, pulling floorboards up. She's, like, trying to kill it, basically. Mm-hmm. And then her husband is
carton fruits around. Quite literally just, like, rolling cartons of fruit around again.
And then
it's the fruit man.
This, like, bunch of, like, bikers, like, goes by, and it's, like, really, it's, like, he's in the middle of the road, basically. And he's like, oh my God. And he's fine. You're like, okay, he's fine. And then right as he, like, turns, he gets smacked by a truck.
With a hand.
And he dies.
Yeah, he dies. And it's really tragic because, like, Sally is obviously distraught.
Devastated, yeah.
And she moves back in with Aunt Jet and Aunt... What's her name again?
Frances.
Frances.
And before she even does that, there's a scene where she's like, goes to their house and she's like, bring him back. Like, please.
Yeah.
Like, I know you can do it. Like, please just bring him back. And they're like, we don't do that. Like, he won't come back.
And that's when they tell her, like, we didn't know you'd fall in love with him when we cast a little spell on you. Like,
just so you could, like,
you wanted to be happy
and find love. Like, we didn't know that you would, like, it would be like your person or whatever. And she's like, you owe me, like, please just bring him back. And basically they say, like, he would come back wrong. And she's like, I don't care if he comes back wrong, I just want him here. And she's like sobbing. It's so sad. And so then you see her kind of like, she's just in bed, like, really depressed.
And she tells her aunts, like, my daughters will not do magic.
Yeah, when they move back in, yeah, she's like, they won't do magic. And, yeah, she's just really, really depressed. And then, basically, you see Gillian's with this guy who's...
Jimmy Angel Love. Angel Love. And
she comes to see Sally for a day. Basically tells her, like, you have
to get out of bed.
You're not going to be able to live with yourself if you stay in this bed. And I mean, I think especially for them, because that's what happened with
their mom.
So
it's so sad.
She kind of encourages her to, like, get up, get out of the house, like, go back to life, like, be a mom to those girls, like, and then she basically disappears again, Gillian.
Yeah. In the wind. She's like the wind in my dreams.
You're wild.
I kind of want to do that again, but
so down.
We'll have to wait a little while.
We do Dirty Dancing Part 2.
We just wanted to watch it again. We
could do Dirty Dancing Havana Nights.
No.
I've never seen that.
Me neither. And I shan't.
Okay, stop yelling at me.
Okay. So Sally gets out of bed. She opens up her little skincare boutique. She has 2 cute little ladies working for her, and people are still kind of weird towards her because they know she's a witch. But she doesn't let that stop her rise and grind mentality. And she's writing to Gillian, basically saying, like, I just, like, want to be loved.
She's like, I feel empty except for the moon. And, yeah, basically, like, I just...
Aren't we all in love with the moon?
I don't want to be alone.
The moon is mooning us.
Which I think we can all... on some deep level relate to.
No, I've never felt that. I hate being in love, and I hate having to deal with relationships and having other people in my life. So, I love being single. Just kidding. That's why we do a rom-com podcast, because we love romance.
Because you and I are just so...
happy.
No!
It's getting too dark.
But yeah, so she writes that letter to Gillian... But...
immediately after.
Yeah, before she even sends it, like, the phone rings and Sally, like, knows it's Gillian. And she, like, runs and answers the phone. And Gillian's like, help me, like, I need you. So Sally, like, gets on a flight, goes to this, like, motel where she is with Jimmy Angelov.
Motel, Holiday Inn.
And you get the vibe from Jimmy Angelov that he's trouble. He's, like, not a good guy. He's like...
Trash. Not for you.
Every movie that we watch today comes up. But, yeah, he's definitely, like, you know, like, a bad boy.
Smokes cigarettes.
Wears a pinky ring. Yeah, true. And... she's all beaten and bruised when you see her the first time. So obviously, yeah, Jimmy Angelov.
Jimmy Angelov sucks. Obviously, Jimmy Angelov, like, is fucked up and, like, beat Gillian. And Sally's like, all right, let's just go. Let's get in the car and leave. And as they're about to leave, Gillian's like, I need my tiger's eye, like, looking for her crystals.
Literally mood.
And she finds them in Jimmy's car, but as she's getting them, Jimmy, like, grabs her from behind and essentially is like holding her hostage in the car.
Important side note is that occasionally Gillian will use a little belladonna just so he'll sleep, which Sally earlier on pointed out that's not healthy.
No.
And you know, Gillian's like, what? I just need to sleep sometimes.
Sometimes I just need to sleep.
Like, okay, girl, you shouldn't be poisoning your dude.
Your dude. So
she always has belladonna with her.
Mm-hmm. And so Sally discovers that Gillian and Jimmy are in the car, and Jimmy makes Sally drive them. Like, he never says where they're going to go or anything, but, like, he's very clearly, like, strung out, like, needing, I don't know. And, like, he's, like, strangling Gillian. It's very, if you are sensitive to domestic violence, maybe
Trigger
skip
warning.
this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only for one scene, but it's enough. And so while Sally's driving, Gillian is able to use magic to talk to Sally and say, like, there's belladonna in my purse.
Put it in
the drink he's drinking.
So she just kind of dumps it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much.
Too much.
And so she gives it to him, and then he drinks it, and then, like, they stop to pee or something. Yeah, they stop so he can pee. And he basically knocks out.
Well, they're questioning, like, why isn't he knocking out yet? He's usually, like, asleep by now.
Oh, yeah.
And then he comes back in, is, like, trying to brand her with his ring. It's very weird.
Ew.
And then ends up freaking out and strangling Gillian, and that's when he just passes out.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Sally is hitting him over the head to get him off Gillian. And she thinks she killed him, but 'twas the belladonna that did that.
There was too much belladonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they're trying to resuscitate him, and he doesn't come back to life, so
Oops, I did
they
it
done
again.
murdered somebody.
I done did a murder, ma.
But it's kind of like,
Vigilante justice.
yeah. It's kind of like, what is that song that we love? Mary and
Oh,
we're the best
Goodbye,
of
Earl.
friends. Goodbye, Earl. It's like, no one's going to care. No one misses you. You're a piece of shit.
Goodbye, Earl. So they
We need a break.
They realize, like, you know, self-defense isn't going to work in this case because they poisoned him.
And they've been poisoned. And she's like, I've been slowly poisoning him for months. Like,
yeah. So they take Jimmy's body back to the aunt's house.
Oh, and the aunts and the two girls are at, like, this solstice festival. So they're not at home, which is good.
Yeah. And they decide to do what the aunts wouldn't do on Sally's husband who passed away. And they decide to bring him back to life because they're like, at least he has a heartbeat. And, like, we can say we didn't kill him. So he comes back to life and is very evil.
Immediately starts strangling
Immediately.
Gillian.
So they kill him
like,
again.
Be my wife, be my wife. So then Sally has to hit him over the head with a pan a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So then he dies again.
And then they're like, okay, let's just bury him in the backyard.
So it's like pouring rain. They bury him. And they're like, everything's fine.
Those black-eyed peas tasted all right to me. Sorry.
Okay.
We need a break.
So, yeah. Now there's a dead body in the yard.
Just chilling.
Also a dead body that's been tampered with spiritually.
Yeah.
Esoterically. So.
And physically.
That feels like a bad idea to me.
And it is. Yeah,
Yes.
we get a lot of clips of, like, spooky vines crawling towards the house and, like, you know.
The roses that
The
grow.
roses are growing overnight. Sally's daughter is seeing Jimmy's, because obviously Sally's daughter has magic.
She's definitely magic.
Yeah. And she sees Jimmy standing where they buried him. And they're like, what? No, nothing happened. And Sally and Gillian get confronted by the aunts. And the aunts are like, what's going on?
Wait, that scene is so freaky. They like come downstairs for like midnight margaritas with the aunts.
Right.
And then when Jimmy was in the car, like right before he died, he was singing like, "You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind."
Yeah, that scene tripped me out. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, so then they're all like they're
saying like
really
these
drunk,
mean things to each other that they wouldn't normally say.
And like being super drunk on tequila. And then like the aunts are leaning in together and they're singing like they start singing that song, which like they would have that gives me chills. They would have no reason to like connect the dots like that.
Yep.
And then they realize that the bottle of tequila is the same bottle that they had put the belladonna in.
And they ask like, where did this bottle come from? And the answer like, it was left on our doorstep.
And they're like, whatever this mess is, like,
clean it up. Yeah.
They ask first and they don't tell them.
Yeah, Sally and Gillian won't tell them what happened. So the aunts leave in the night.
They leave.
And they're like, they tell their little grand aunts or grand nieces, that's it. Tell your mom to clean up her mess.
Yep.
And so freaky things keep happening.
And then basically Sally goes out to like chop up all the roses that appeared. And when she's out there, this man comes up to her and he's like,
howdy, partner.
He's like, hi, I'm from Arizona and I'm investigating a murder. Do you know of Jimmy Angelov? And she's like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, literally that. And so basically, Sally starts to freak out because...
And she's realizing she can't lie to this man.
She's like, for some reason, I can't lie to him.
Yeah.
And she runs upstairs and she's like, Gillian, you have to come down here. He wants to talk to you. And Gillian's like, here's the lie. We had a fight. He hit me.
And
I left. We haven't seen him since.
Yep.
And
Sally just cannot get it out of her mouth.
And Sally just starts saying the craziest shit, and it's like so obvious that
something's happened.
Yeah, but there's also like this detective is like very intrigued with Sally.
Yeah.
He's like, who is this girl I see?
And he shows Sally that he has her letter that she sent to Gillian.
Oh, yeah, which was very private. I would be like, so embarrassed.
Why do you have my letter? And he was like, it's evidence. Because it arrived at Jimmy's place because Sally was sending it to Gillian. And so the investigator decides to, like, interview the town about the family. And that's not a great idea because the town has one or two preconceived notions about the Owen family.
Yes.
So they're basically telling them all these stories, like
crazy stories.
They eat placentas or like stuff like that. And so,
and like they killed this person, and they've like a lot of love stuff.
Yeah. And so the detective comes to Sally's place of work and is like, what the hell is going on? What am I hearing? And she's like, being really cute, actually. She's very cute when she's flirty. Sandra Bullock, if you're listening.
Sandra.
Flirt with me.
Sandra, we love you. Like,
we truly, the entire movie, we were like, oh, look at her hair. Oh my God, she's so beautiful.
Honestly,
here.
She looked so good in this movie.
Every shot. There's not a bad shot.
She looked so good in this movie.
So he's like, all right, well, I have some more questions to ask you. What if I come by tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.? And Sally's like, okay, fine. Do whatever you want. And he goes, it's a date.
Which, for some reason, Danielle can't get over.
It's a 10 a.m. interrogation
people
date.
People say that.
Yeah, but most of the time they say it, like, flirtily. Like,
no,
it's a date.
No, I feel like you could be like...
Why is no one flirting with me then? Does that mean no one's flirting with me?
Like,
anytime someone says that, they're just making plans. Can I have one person flirt with me?
You could have like, oh, let's set our hair appointment for 10 a.m. on Thursday. It's a date.
You mean they don't want to make out with me when they say that?
They probably do want to make out with you, but
don't give me false hope now.
I'm not, ma'am.
Anyway, it's a date. It's a date.
It's like the forehead kiss thing.
I can't talk about forehead kisses. Thankfully, that hasn't
Sound
happened.
off below.
On your thoughts on forehead kisses. If a person gives you a forehead kiss, and you guys are not
you're in a situation.
And you're in a situationship.
Which
like
could
you're still
turn
in the talking phase.
Talking phase, yeah.
And like it could turn into something potential. They give you a forehead kiss. Are they a war criminal, yes or no? If they have no intention of making it more serious, but still continue to give you forehead kisses, that's leading you on. Am I wrong? You're going to look at me and you're going to tell me that I'm wrong?
I don't necessarily see it that way, but...
War criminal. Straight to jail.
Fine.
Straight to jail.
Cuff me, baby.
You kissing foreheads out here?
I mean, I would.
Stay away from my forehead, goddammit. Don't make me fall in love with you.
Oh. Well,
leave my forehead alone if you have no intention of spooning me.
I get it. I do get it.
It's so intimate.
I think I like to create intimate scenarios, though.
I like that too, but also I like that when I know the person isn't going to ghost me 5 months later. That would be nice. The guarantee of not ghosting, or that you, I don't know, have some type of sentimental feelings towards me.
Yeah.
But anyway, sound off below on how you feel about forehead kisses, because I think they're demonic.
Unless it's like you're my partner
and I'm being sweet, and here's a little smooch. Oh, it makes me want to cry. It's fine. War criminals.
It's all gonna be fine. But yeah, I am curious. What do the people think about forehead kisses?
The people's forehead kiss. That's what I am. I'm the people's forehead kiss. Diana was the people's princess. I'm the people's forehead kiss.
Oh.
I will kiss all of your foreheads because I do love all of you so very much.
That's confusing.
Yeah, it is a little confusing.
You should not.
I don't give the kisses.
Forehead.
I don't give the kisses.
I know. That's why I'm saying it's confusing.
I want the kisses.
Okay, forehead
will
kisses.
Will you all kiss my forehead?
I'll do it right now, but then you'll be mad because we're not in love.
I only like it hypothetically.
I don't understand.
Me neither.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know how we got here.
I don't know either. Where were we?
He's coming over. It's a date.
Oh, it's a date. It's a date.
God.
It's a date. So, basically, Gillian, it's like that morning, and Gillian is trying to come up with a spell basically to banish him away because he's trouble, obviously. So she's like, she's with the two little girls, and she's like, don't tell your mother I'm letting you do a spell. So they're in the little spell room, and...
Oh, and the little girls find Sally's book that
her
describes...
old spell book. Yeah.
That describes her perfect man.
The one that's like... Two different colored eyes, stars, his favorite shape, whatever.
Can flip pancakes.
Yeah. And they're like, well, was that Daddy? And Jillian's like, no.
She was like, yeah, it was. And the girls are like, our dad had brown eyes. And Gillian was like, okay, yeah, it wasn't your dad. Sorry.
And then kind of like explains the thing to her. But then the girls are starting to realize that this sheriff
just might fit the bill.
Just might fit the bill. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sally and the sheriff. Is he a sheriff? I thought he was just like...
He's a detective. I don't know why I said sheriff.
Sheriff. Sure.
But yeah, yeah. I'll leave.
We're all leaving. We both left.
We actually left.
Yeah. So Sally and the deputy are flirting a bit.
Deputy?
Oh, yeah. Why did I say deputy?
Private detective.
Detective. I thought it's fine. Sally and the detective are flirting. And it's breakfast, and they're making pancakes. And, like, while Sally is, like, talking to Gillian about something, the detective shows one of the little girls, like, look, I can flip a pancake in the air, but he calls it something about a cactus and flips it in the air.
And I think, and his eyes are
Two different
blue
colors.
and green. So they're like,
oh my. And they see he has the little badge. It's a star. So they sit down for breakfast, and Gillian tries to give the sheriff the syrup.
The syrup, which has the concoction.
The banishing.
The concoction.
The concoction.
The concoction.
And the girls are cute, and they, like, take it
They're
and
like,
throw
no!
it into the water.
Yeah, and they, like, run to the edge and, like, throw it off of, this cliff, basically. Yeah. And Sally's like, well, I guess they really didn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
And the sheriff's just like, why do we keep calling the sheriff? The detective is like, what is going on? I think his name's Gary.
So then after the girls throw the syrup away, Sally...
The frog.
Yeah, that's right.
So they're like, basically, so the girls, after they threw the syrup, Gillian and Sally and the detective are kind of standing, like, towards the edge of, like, where the water is. And there's this frog that's, like, making really weird noises. And so they're all looking at it. And, like, it kind of just, like, I don't know, spits out, like, Jimmy's ring.
And we find out the reason the sheriff knows it's his ring is because Jimmy is suspected in murdering another girl and branding her with this, like, skull ring that he has. So that's why they're looking for Jimmy. And the sheriff... I can't stop calling him the sheriff now because of you.
I'm sorry.
And the detective says, like, you girls better find yourself a good lawyer. He doesn't have an accent like that, but...
He's basically like, what are you guys playing at? Like, find yourselves a lawyer. So then they're both like, what are we going to do? Like, and basically, Gillian and Sally have a big fight because Sally's like, why does everything always come back to being about you? Like, what about my children? Like, this is going to ruin my life. And she basically tells Gillian, like, get out. Like, leave.
So Sally decides she's going to go tell the detective everything. So she finds his hotel room and is like, let me tell you everything. And he's like, are you sure you want to do this without talking to a lawyer first? And she's like, yeah. And so she starts to tell him, but then she's like, how many times did you read my letter? Because clearly it's very worn and been read over multiple times. He was like, I just thought whoever wrote this was really interesting. And it's very obvious that there's, like, some...
tension.
Chemistry, tension. I don't know how it starts, but they start making out.
Well, basically, she says, like, she almost admits to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she says, like, just know he's not a problem anymore. Because the detective's like, it's not for you to decide whether he gets to live or die. And she's like, he's faced his consequences. It's not a problem anymore. And he's like, I can tell you're in trouble. Like, let me help you.
Yeah.
Which is really sweet.
And then they start making out, and it's like really hot. Oh my god, it's like unexpectedly so very hot.
Just the first smack of the kisses together.
And he like pushes her up against the wall.
Yeah.
It's like, rah, rah, rah. It's very sexy.
Yeah.
Very sexy. So.
Yes.
Then she like runs out. Because she realizes that something's going on.
With Gillian.
Mm-hmm. So she's like, Gillian, she can like sense it. So she runs home. And, Gillian and the girls are screaming. Like, imagine you heard your daughter screaming like that. She's like, go downstairs. And she, like, runs all the way up the stairs. And Gillian is, like, basically possessed. Which is...
yucky.
Not fun. And, he had followed her because...
He wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Yeah, because she just ran out.
And we just made out.
And he saw... basically the ghost of Jimmy come out of Gillian. And he's like, what the fuck is going on?
He's like talking to the detective.
And he's like, oh, like, whatever.
You remind me of home.
Yeah. And then he kind of starts to like attack him. And then like the silver from his badge
protects him
and like basically makes the ghost like disappear.
Yeah.
And so then like everything's fine for a minute. And he's like, what is going on? Like, what did I just see? Like, totally tripped out. I mean, obviously, imagine.
Yeah. And then so Sally and the detective go down. I love that we're just calling him the detective. He does not have a name. They go
Gary.
down to... Okay. I believe it. They go down to the garden after Jimmy's gone for a minute. And the detective's basically like, I don't know, I'm feeling these really strong feelings for you, girl.
I'm feeling these real strong feelings for you, girl.
I'm feeling these strong feelings. And Sally's like, no, you're not. It's because you're the perfect man, and I put a spell on you, essentially.
I put a spell on you.
And I am mine.
Sisters. Okay, sorry.
Sisters.
It's so good.
And Jimmy's like, not Jimmy, Gary. Gary's like,
the detective.
Well, how do you know? Like, I don't just have these feelings. And she's basically pushing him away. And
and he says he read the letter 1,000 times.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
But she pushes him away.
And she's basically like, let's just do our separate things, and if we come back to each other, then it's real.
Yes.
And so he leaves, but Gillian is not in a good way.
She's still...
very much possessed.
Possessed, yeah. So they basically... The ants come back.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need more people to like basically do this, basically exorcise this demon out of Gillian. And so a bunch of the women like from the town, a lot of them who like call them crazy and stuff, they come and they basically perform this exorcism essentially. To help save Gillian. And it's really sad because there's just this point where she's like, just let him take me. Just let him take me. It's really sad.
She's like, he only wants me. Don't let him take anyone else. And Sally's like, no, we promised we would die together holding hands.
Yeah. Oh.
And today is not that day.
And so basically through the power of women and witchcraft and magic, they get rid of hand holding. They get rid of Jimmy, for good, for once and for all, and for good. And it's like a really nice moment between Gillian and Sally and all the women. Like, I think maybe there's a part of them that was like, they just wanted to be part of it. Yeah, they just wanted to see the magic. Yeah. So that part's really cute. And then basically the next scene is there's a letter from the detective. And he's basically saying that they're good. Like, he's absolved.
Oh, yeah. It's like, you don't have to worry about being investigated anymore. We found his jewelry at the site of a fire, and it was proven to be accidental. Like, basically saying he planted Jimmy's ring so that the girls wouldn't be implicated at all.
Which we stand.
We do.
Yeah.
Planting evidence.
Yes.
And they end up together. He comes back.
So, yeah, so they get together. And the movie ends with Sally narrating again, basically that the curse was broken.
Yeah, she says this really cute quote. I want to look it up real quick.
Oh, the rosemary and the lavender quote. Yeah, you should look that up. It is really cute.
Practical magic.
And she goes back to doing magic, too, which is amazing. Because
it's so sweet.
So powerful.
No, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, here it is. So the quote that it ends with, and like the whole movie, everyone's like, they fly off the roof of their houses on Halloween. Like,
even though they don't.
They don't. So, like, every Halloween now, it's clearly a tradition. Like, they go up to the roof, like, all the Owens women, and, like, as they're doing this tradition, Sally's, like, saying this quote over it, and it's really cute. She says, "There are some things I know for certain. Always throw spilt salt over your left shoulder, keep rosemary by your garden gate, plant lavender for luck, and fall in love whenever you can."
Aww.
And, like, it's just all the Owens sisters and, like, aunts on the roof being super cute and witchy and, like, floating down from the roof. Like,
it's so cute.
it's really cute. It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy I finally watched it.
I'm glad you watched it. It's like a feel good.
It is. It's like I needed a feel good movie this week.
Yes. Me too. I was literally at work thinking, like, I can't wait to watch Practical Magic tonight.
It's just so, like, uplifting and, like, obviously not the domestic violence parts, but it's very...
Just, like, Sally's journey of, like, losing, like, that, like, her husband and the man that she loved so much and, like, being able to recover and find love, and not only find love, but break the curse.
Finding
that has
love
plagued
after
the
love.
family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she broke the curse.
Yeah.
Like, she said, for now, the curse is broken, like, as far as they can tell.
Yeah.
Which is
I
so
love
nice.
it.
It's so sweet.
Danielle, I've got a question for you, love. That was terrifying, but are you okay?
That was a scary sound. What's the question, babes?
How did this movie fuck you up, ma'am?
I ain't gonna collab with Peppa Pig. How did this movie fuck me up? I guess just, like, seeing love persevere, like, and seeing someone's, like, want for love. Like, even though Sally's like, I never want to fall in love, clearly she does, and, like, she falls in love, loses her love in a very tragic way, and then lets herself be open to falling in love again.
Love it.
Be open to falling in love even though you've gotten hurt. Be open to falling in love even though you've gotten hurt.
Is that you to you?
Me to every single person who's ever been hurt and is hurting others because they don't want to get hurt again. Be open to falling in love. And it's me to me because she's hurting.
It's hard.
Mama's hurting. Katie, let's stop talking about me. How does this movie fuck you up?
I feel like this movie fucked me up.
I feel like we're like writing a 5-paragraph essay.
Right.
In this
essay,
movie
I
will.
fucked me up because I think I just love the witchiness of it. It has like, there's something with like, in like witch movies and books and stuff where, you know, there's like, they know what witch life is like. There's this like quirkiness or like kind of kookiness. Like Harry Potter has that too, where it's just this like kind of, I don't know, it's just it just feels magic, and I love all the, you know, I don't know, just the witchiness. It just makes me happy.
The witchiness. I love the blending of like real life and like the witchy life as well in this movie. I think it's so
yeah,
cool.
That's what I mean. Like I just like how it's like all combined and super cutie. I love it.
Cutie. So did they or didn't they?
Well,
depends on who you're asking about.
Yeah. Jimmy and Gillian?
No.
They did not.
They did not.
They did not.
Sally and her first husband?
They did. And they will always love each other.
Do you believe in love after love?
I can feel something inside me, sir.
But Sally and the sheriff deputy detective?
Gary?
They did.
They did fall in love.
Very sweet.
Very
like,
cute.
We love love. We love love.
Danielle's gonna cry now.
I'm gonna cry when I get home.
I'm gonna cry in the car.
I'm gonna cry in the car to Mitski's new song while waiting for Adele's new song.
God.
Are you guys ready for Adele? Because I'm not.
I'm sure it's a big shock to know that we, lovers of romantic movies, also love Adele. Like,
who could have seen it coming?
No one. Anyways.
That's it.
That's Practical Magic.
They did, and we loved it, and We'll see what other spooky romantic movies we can find.
Maybe we should ask for suggestions.
If you guys have any suggestions, did someone request this movie? I feel like Chris might have.
Maybe.
Well, Chris, if you did, hello. This is your shout out.
Movie.
I feel like someone on Instagram did. I'm so sorry if you requested it and I'm being so rude and not knowing. Might be. We'll give you a shout out next week.
Well, anyways,
that's our show for the week, and thank you so much for listening. Like, subscribe, give us forehead kisses.
No, don't confuse them. Anyways, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thanks, Pearl, for letting us use the intro and for making it for us. And to everyone else, we love you. We appreciate you.
Mwah! That's me kissing you on the forehead.
Whoa, this is confusing, Danielle. All right.
Bye.
Bye.